Hello, 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 brothers. How we doing? Peace be upon you all. Pray you guys are all doing well. We're here on day 18 of No Porn November. Weeks are going by. We've got 12 days left. Man, a full month being porn free. It's not easy. It's not easy without the proper plans, strategies in place. Because by that point, willpower most likely has run out. You know, if you're getting up to 30 days and beyond, there's something else added to your strategy besides just willpower. Because I mean, at least for me, willpower will not take me 3 weeks. No, I'm done by then. I'm done. 3 weeks and we're back to square one. Which is why it's so great to have proper strategies and plans in place. Accountability. These are the things we need to look into getting. Because 95% of us that are relapsing, they're doing it. We're doing it before 30 days. I know because that was me for years. Years and years. Just sometimes I would make 30 days, 31st day, the 31st day was a relapse. Yes. But we thank God. We thank God. Today is day 158 hard mode. One thing I want to talk about today: rewards and consequences. These are little added pieces of motivation to help fuel you on your journey to making 30 days and so on. How it works is that you'll set a reward for yourself if you make it 30 days, if you get to day 30, and you also set a consequence if you relapse before you get there. And those little things, they're just another added thought in the back of your head, like, once I get to day 30, I'm going to enjoy that. Or I don't want to relapse because I don't want that consequence to happen. Now let's get a little bit into that. What kind of rewards will you set in place? What rewards are you going to put? It might be that you buy yourself something. Like there's a video game that you really want to play, but you don't have it yet. Maybe you want to save up for it or something. Well, tell yourself, I'll get that from me as a treat for getting day 30. Or a pair of shoes, a new jacket. Just, you treat yourself, you reward yourself, you remind yourself, yeah, I've done a good thing. I made it to 30 days. I've done this before. I actually took myself out. I went, I got some food, I sat down. I was like, yeah, I got to 30. It was weird. It was a little bit weird. Like, why am I going, taking myself to dinner? But, it helped. It worked. It was like, yeah, I accomplished something. I'm celebrating something right now. I like cake a lot, so I bought cake that day. Yeah, that's something I did. And then you set consequences. What will happen if you relapse? Now, don't go overboard and do something like, if I relapse within before I reach my 30-day goal, I'm only going to eat bread and water or something weird. Like, it's not about torturing yourself. It's about it being uncomfortable enough that you don't want to relapse, that it will remind you like, that's something I don't want to do. But one idea that I think helps is something that will advance your recovery, right? Like, say, okay, if I relapse before I reach 30 days, then for the I'm setting a new goal for the next 30 days. I'm going to be extra accountable. I'm going to come on the forum. I'm going to log into the messaging groups and stuff, and I'm going to post every day. Like, this is how I'm doing today. These are the triggers that I see. I'm going to stay clean. Like, you're reaching out every day for 30 days. And it's going to be pretty hard to keep relapsing during that new period because you're out in the open. You keep talking about, okay, that's my threat. You know what? I see a threat from Reddit, okay? If you keep telling people every day, I see a threat from Reddit, guess what? You can't relapse from Reddit now because people are going to look like you've been saying that since day one, that Reddit is a threat for you. What have you done about it? Did you block it? Did you disable it? What did you do? Did you decide no Reddit for the next 30 days? You know? That's another consequence that you could do. You could say something like, oh, I'm not going to use something for the next 30 days. I'm not going to go on YouTube or Instagram. I'm going to shut down most of the functions on my phone. It's just going to be used for calling and messaging people. No internet on my phone for the next 30 days. I'm not going to play video games for the next 30 days. I'm not going to watch TV or whatever it is. You know? Something that you don't want to happen, but it will help you in your journey. You could also say, let's see. Yeah. That's, having those consequences in place just to prevent you from going back there. Like, for me, I have some consequences in place. My reward, what is it? So I'm coming up on, 160 days, thank God. And I've told myself that once I get there, I'm going to book bungee jumping. Like, that's insane, I'm not even, it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun, very exhilarating. But the consequences, I don't want those consequences, man. I'll tell you guys the consequences. One thing is, I'd have to pay for therapy. Okay, I'd have to go and pay for therapy, saying, "Yep, okay, I'm not paying for porn and sex addiction therapy." I don't have money to pay for therapy, but that's not in the budget. But that's what we got to do if there's a relapse. God forbid. And there's also going to one of those sexaholic anonymous groups, finding one. I know a few locations in London. So going there and saying, yep, hi, my name is Joshua. I'm a porn addict. Hi, Joshua. I don't want to do that, man. I really don't want to do that. That ain't me. I don't want to be there talking about how addicted I am and stuff and how many. No. That whole scene. I don't. But at the same time, I know that like if I did relapse, those things would be very good to help me get back on track for my recovery. So those are the consequences that I set in place. Obviously, of course, there's, we're setting the counter and telling everyone, guys, I relapsed after 5 months, I went back. That alone on its own is just like, nah. Not a place I want to go to. Not a place I want to go to at all. So on top of what I've been advising is that people should have a list of reasons why they're doing this journey and have it to hand, have it on your phone, have it memorized, have it written down in your notebook, carry it around with you. Remind yourself of them daily. But then on top, you have other consequences. Like, okay, this is my reward after 30 days. These are the consequences if I relapse during this time period. Like, make it a bit harder for yourself. Add some friction. Add some barriers, some fences that will say, nah, I don't want to relapse because this is what's going to happen. And part of that is you need to share that with someone else. You need to let them know, because if we could keep our word to ourselves, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't. Because there's many times that we promised ourselves we're going to quit. But no, it's sharing that with someone else that's going to say, hey, I'm really sorry to hear that you relapsed, man. So you turning off the TV for this next 30 days. You're going to be active on the forum. You're going off to those sex addiction, what is it? Therapy sessions. Man, don't want to do that. But that's the point. You share it with someone else that's going to keep you accountable. We can all do this, brothers. Peace.